it's like this, but in the beginning it's straight angle. Difference between these two. All of these here, yes. So Jinxi is a little town in Kunshan. It has a history of over 2,000 years. The buildings here is very old building, mainly built in the Ming and Qing dynasty. Some of them are like a few years after. 好香哦！阿姨，这个能单卖吗？可以。多少钱一个？2块钱一个。哎呦，哎呦，谢谢谢谢。哦，这瓦地苏多少年了呀？
这个理论，它这个相传下来的话，800多年历史。
In Jinxi, there's an old saying says, 36 bridges, 72 kilns. As a small town, Jinxi has a lot of bridges because there's so many like small rivers and canals like this. And the number of kilns are doubled, so it means like this industry is really well developed in ancient time. 这么早就开始游船了。 好早呀 Here we're passing through another bridge and another bridge. So today we've got a plan. So we're gonna first visit the museum of the tiles and bricks, and later on we're gonna go to like 3 kilometers away to the third factory of the tiles and bricks making, and there we can actually check how the production is like. First, let me finish the coffee. Since Jinxi is surrounded by the water, the soil forming material is actually lake sediment. It's fine and firm, slightly acidic to neutral. Therefore, the bricks and tiles made here are firm, unbreakable, and durable. At first, Jinxi only has the family-owned kilns that produce tiles and bricks. It was started from the Han and Jin dynasty, and later on it developed into the Ming and Qing dynasty. It's at the peak time. And I've heard that they even support golden bricks for the Forbidden City. Chinese people like to use tiles to decorate their roof. And to me, the most beautiful part is Wadang and Dishui. Wadang is the upper side of this. Yeah, it's to actually cover the tiles piled among it. You can see it's a straight angle here to stop it from sliding. And this way is this triangle shaped part, and this is the part that helps draining the rain when it's raining. So this way in Chinese is actually the same meaning of water drop. Remember we say how people in ancient time built their rooftop? Here is a model to show how it's actually built. First, they just put piles of carved tiles at the roof, and then it creates the cornice, right? And then they put wadang at the end of the cornice to stop the tiles from sliding. So do you see the triangular shaped tile? That is dishui. Well, look at what I found here. It's a showcase for different types of tiles. Can you see? Wadang. And this is dishui. You can see the pointing shape at the bottom of dishui. That's where it helps directing the flow. In the raining time, the raindrops just flows to the point of this. And you can see that in this part is actually piled under the car tires on the roof. And look at this beautiful wadang. All of these in ancient time, like they used a combination of flowers and words to show some good meanings on the tires. For example, these are words as well, but unfortunately I cannot recognize what it means, but it looks like old one and it's very heavy. Find the difference between these two. This is like the typical modern design. It's very simple and you can tell that it's made from machines. And this one is actually also a modern one, but it's with the pattern of dragons. And nowadays it's very advanced techniques. It's not handmade anymore. That's it. So there are very different patterns on the wadang. The first one is the plain wadang or just with characters. And here is a good example of two different wadang patterns that's with characters. Is 永凤无疆. It's like 永凤无疆. I know it's very hard to recognize. I couldn't recognize if I didn't read this explanation. This one is just with one single character, Mei. Probably it's the surname of the family that's living in the house. And the second one is with some natural patterns that's from the nature. You can find beasts, clouds, and here are good examples. This one is with the tree base. It's the face of the tree base. I think this is a woodpecker. What do you think? And there's another pattern with the clouds. This, of course, you can recognize. It's deers, two deers, and probably people hunting deers as well. And of course, there are also religious patterns. For example, the four mystical beasts. In Han Dynasty, there are very famous four god patterns from the religious animals, which are 朱雀、玄武, 青龙, 白虎. So people use them as the pattern of the wadang to show the direction of the route. So 青龙, basically green dragon, is the east, and 白虎, the white tigers, is the west. 朱雀, it's a kind of red bird, is south, and 玄武, turtles like black turtles, is north. The patterns for these three tile also has the characters and the paintings. The popular ones are 福寿. In the middle of it, that's the characters of 福寿. Chinese people like dragons and phoenix, right? So the symbols can be found on the patterns of these three for sure. Here, this is a phoenix. For the normal families, they use the figures from the nature, like the flowers. Yes, the flowers. Have you noticed that the angle of D3 and its tile part is actually 100 degrees? It's like this. But in the beginning, it's straight angle, like 90 degrees. Then our ancestors realized that it would be better to direct the flow of waters if the angle was wider. That's why they make the angle wider. So it's a good example showing the combination of decoration and practicality of ancient China. I hope you enjoy this episode. It is undeniable that the function of wadang and D3 is losing its existing value in the modern days when people are moving to the modern architecture like the high-rises, but artistic value is still worthy of our study and reference. Looking forward to seeing you again. Bye bye!